Hello there, pineapple juice. Michael Burry is from the Big Short movie, and he recently capitulated. He said that he apologizes for saying sell. He made some famous tweets last year, and he was basically super bearish. Like right here, he tweeted, "I was wrong to say sell." And here I am saying, friends, well. It looks like the peanut brains win again. Who would have thought buying in the depression was so profitable, huh? Aren't you glad you've got a friend like me who actually wins and wants you to win with him? Okay? These other influencers, they're the insiders. I don't think they really hodl between me and you. I've seen some of their portfolios, okay? A lot of them are just full of poop. Now, Mr. Michael Burry, look at this. Firstly, just to confirm, friends, if we continue our friendship, right, it's only going to happen if we continue to stay long and strong. So, this was his tweet, right? Sell. So he was just very bearish. We even have these tweets. He was so bearish, okay? It's a bit blurry, but you can see sell. These are like zoomed in stock market boom indexes, but I've got really critical information for you. By the way, here he is overlaying 2008. Look, see, this is what scares everyone, friends. This is one of the memes that gets generated through the media and sent around to you guys. So a smart dude who's made a lot of money, he's a bit autistic, he made money from the Big Short. He's saying this time is different, is it? So he's basically playing on your fear that it's the end of the cycle and you're in denial and we're going to capitulate. He is. Now, in another parallel universe where there is no government intervention, he's right. But we don't live in that world, do we? We know the government intervenes. That's why he made crypto. Lord Satoshi made Bitcoin because he knew the government was going to keep intervening at the expense of the people. Your back is straight. You're wearing your fluffy slippers. And your elbows are pretty pointy, if you ask me. And you're going to agree with me that crypto is going to win because you're already seeing it win. Now, we're going to go a bit deeper, friends, because there's actually some dangerous information for stock market boomers, all right? So they're all focusing on Michael Burry and all these, but look at this, all right? I have an ominous warning for stonkers, all right? The stonkers. So in this tweet, okay, so let's read Michael Burry's tweet. He actually says, going back to the 1920s, there has been no BTFD, which is buy the frickin' dip generation like you. Congratulations. So he's basically saying, as the price went down, you guys didn't capitulate, you bought more. And I saw this and I was like, okay, this just means we're going to get trapped later on, which is, by the way, no one's saying that now. They're all saying, oh, we win. Nope. Stock market people, you do not win. You don't win. And we already know this in crypto. We know money's a meme. We know stonks is a greater fool theory meme. We know this. Stock market people don't. Go listen to their podcasts. Go speak to them. Listen to their language. They say, hey, man, we own real companies, mate. That's what we do. What do you own? Bloody imaginary coins? Goddamn right, it's imaginary coin. And yes, I will continue owning it. It's funny. They're up like 30% in 2 years. And we make like 900% gains. And they still haven't realized it yet. It's fascinating, friends. But you understand, right? When the total crypto market cap goes to 10 to 20 trillion, then they'll take notice. All right. So remember, price goes up, we'll build the narrative. And even look at this, right? So when Michael Burry made this tweet, I went and found videos from different stock market gurus, furus, whatever you want to call them, and they speak about this tweet. They're like, obviously, they're euphoric. They're like, hey, man, we got him to capitulate. And look, I'm happy too because I'm long with them too. And you are as well, right? We're long, we're strong. We're holding for 2025. We are long in the depression. Now we've got to go through disbelief and hope. We want to win, okay? So we're long as well. But big, fat booty butt. The stock market commentator millennials they responded to him, right, in their videos, and they say the reason why they're buying the dip so much is because the companies in the index are more profitable these days. And as soon as I saw that, I knew it's going to be game over for them. Straight away. So I'm here to convey this message to you, friends. When Michael Burry capitulated and said, damn, being short was the wrong move, okay? And the stock market millennials now say, well, look, we bought the dip because the makeup of the index now, the companies are different and unique and special. They're more profitable. And they go through their numbers and they go, 29 times earnings, revenue, PE, all this stuff. Jizz, jazz, up, down, left, right, no one cares. They're just a wee-wee. This doesn't matter. I'm telling you right now. Okay, this does not matter. It's just a meme. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. It's all about human emotions and the cycles, all right? And these people don't realize it yet. So I now conclude, right? These stock market people, I think they're setting themselves up for a big trap later in the decade. And crypto will win, right? And why are we going to win? Well, we're going to be compensated for our time. So maybe stocks end up doing some big fat range somewhere down the line where it goes sideways for 5 years. But crypto during that time is going to go up. And by the time the stock market people realize it, it's going to be too late. Okay, but if you're listening with me, we're baby doll friends, we understand. We are on the bleeding edge frontier, new technology. Everybody's here for the memes and the fun and the Ponzi's greater fool theory, right? We're here to participate. Bleeding edge. Okay, we're here, thankfully. So I'm going to show you some charts. It's going to be very dangerous, by the way. All right, so I continue here for them extra juice. All right, we're going to read this. Stock market people now invest with the underlying assumption that the government will act to save the market through monetary debasement. This is my commentary, friends, and the stock market people haven't even figured it out yet. They think, remember back here, I said the stock market gurus, I'm listening to their videos, they think, no, but sir, the companies in this index are way more profitable. That's a load of baloney. Okay, the profitability index that they're talking about, it oscillates over time, by the way, over like 100 years. There's periods where it's expensive, periods where it's cheap. So basically the meme of stocks goes in and out of like people's minds, right? Now, we're obviously super expensive for a long time. So even though we're super expensive for a long time, right, instead of doing like this, we're like, whoa, up here. The stock market millennials are now saying, well, you know, it's different this time. It's because it's different. The company's different. I'm telling you now, friends, this is a dangerous trap because they're basically setting themselves up to get crushed later on. They don't even know why their stocks are going up. They say profitability and we're making products and then we're improving the world. And like, they haven't realized, no, like you're going up because 95% of people are in there for the greater fool theory because they know there's a bigger wave of people to buy behind them. They still haven't understand that, right? They haven't grasped this yet, which is good because it means we're early to crypto, but it's bad because it's going to get hurt. They're going to get hurt later down the track. Okay. So look at this. What happens when this occurs, friends, because as I said here, because people are investing with the automatic assumption that the government will save through monetary debasement, effectively what they're doing is when things get bad, they're using the stock market as a store of value, effectively, because they don't want to actually go into too much cash. Now, in traditional times, if cash was backed by gold, this is what happened. You saw stocks go down viciously and gold shoot up. Do you want me to take you back to a time when that happened? Luckily for you, we have the power of the internet, charts, friendship, kindness. I'm actually going to show you a time, okay? The Great Depression was when money, the fiat currency, it was backed by gold, okay? And if you notice, this looks like the Wall Street cheat sheet. You have euphoria, complacency, and then anxiety, fear, capitulation, right? And then you have anger and depression. We've lost all your money, all right? So this whole cycle is that. Now, this was so devastating to people. After this point, okay, the government said, you know what? We're never going to let this happen again. Ever, ever, ever. And by the way, I think FDR, he introduced unemployment, social welfare for people. So basically everyone got together and they're like, man, this Great Depression is the devil himself, and we can't ever let this happen again. So what can we do? And humans, we got together and we figured out what to do. And some of you might not agree, but I think it was the best solution, to be honest, because what are they meant to do? Let this happen again? Do you want to go through another 15 years where it basically what happens, friends, is people bought Ponzi's up too much. And then I'm not joking. This is exactly what happens. People bought the Ponzi's up too much with too much money, too much leverage, and these people aren't financially literate. They don't know how to manage risk. And unfortunately, sends the whole economy down with it. Now what happens after this is the government said, well, how can we prop up the system? And the answer lies with the fiat money system, because when you're backed one-to-one to gold, we're on a gold standard here, right? When you're backed by gold, you can't do any manipulation because you can't make more money. It's all backed by gold, and you can't make more paper notes, right? Because it has to be claimable, right? So, funny, you know what happens? America does it anyway, by the way. This is the actually interesting part. America, later down the track, they start doing it without even telling anyone. And that's why France, the Français, they tried to do a claim somewhere in this period, right? Interesting history. I think the French president, he basically went on television and he said, we don't even believe our gold is there with America. We want it back from Fort Knox. And he basically rallied everyone. And then America was like, we got your gold, but you can't see it and we can't give it to you. So it's amazing, right? And then people try to do a lot of their gold claims, and it was basically just like FTX. America started giving out gold a bit, and they're like, oh, crap, we're actually been running a Ponzi the whole time. That's when Sir Richard Nixon, the US president, said, okay, that's it. We're going to suspend the convertibility of gold, which means fiat is your US dollar is no longer backed by gold. And the Ponzi kept going up. It's crazy, right? So this is just what happened. So it's very interesting. This is what happened in history, friends. So humans naturally, even without going on a full fiat system, this is what we want to do. We want to be able to save the Euphoria collapses, right? We want to be able to, if the market goes down, have some stimulation, right? This is what we do. Effectively, if you ask me in a nutshell, what does it do? It goes, well, if the economy and the stocks and the capital markets get crushed, what you do is you are taxing everyone in the economy just a little bit together to restore everything back to normal. So people might say, hey, like, let's say you're earning $100,000 a year, you pay $30,000 tax, okay? People say, yes, it's a better system if instead of a $30,000 tax, 1 year you make it $35,000 if the difference between you paying that $5,000 extra is the difference between the Great Depression happening, right? This is a good system. However, now we know what do governments do? Every time there's a little bit of a crack, they go, Great Depression's coming, we got to print, right? So effectively what happens is, this. By the way, Satoshi knew all this, friends. You get to see what happens. Governments, every time there's a crack, everyone loses their mind, and we become weaker over time, right? So this has happened in history, okay? And everybody now knows this, friends. This is the important part to understand. When we even move it to today, if you look at the S&P 500, does this look like a normal market to you? Like, wee! Does this look like a normal, healthy market to you? Wee! Like, you know what happens in crypto, right? Crypto has rinses. So you want to show me, hey, what's a normal, healthy market look like? Well, luckily for you, here's crypto, right? It has, I know it's super volatile, but you have Euphoria, and then you rinse everyone out on the leverage, and then you wipe them out, and then you continue up. That is health. That is something that goes up and then rinses everyone, gets back to fair value, and continues. All right, we don't have that anymore. And I understand why people don't want to do this. It's very scary to think that we just have to fend for ourselves. But I guess humans were just stronger back then. They just dealt with this. This is what you had to do, right? There was a lot of more uncertainty in the world. So now we've become a bit more softer. We need information everywhere. You know, like everybody, and even in crypto, everyone wants to check, what's the latest news? What's the latest news? Why did the candle go green or red, you know? It is what it is, man. Back then, people had 8 kids, 4 died. Why? That's just it. 4 died. 50-50 chance. It's not like what happening. It's just, you got to move on. That was life. Life was tough back then, man. People were much more tough. So we now live in a new generation, and you got to adapt, friends. If you want to be a baby doll baby cake with me, with chocolate sprinkles, and drink a cute little pineapple juice, you got to understand that people are now investing with a different meme in their head. The meme is the market can't go down because the government's going to save it, right? Now, you might say, oh, that's dangerous. The market will go down. Yeah, but they're going to save it anyway. So whether you buy at price $100 or $50 or $20, it doesn't matter. They're gonna save it anyway, right? This distorts markets completely, friends. This is the ultimate conclusion. It doesn't give you the nice Bitcoin waves that we just saw, right? Now, I know it's freaking disgusting that we say Bitcoin's on, but see these ups and downs and rinses? You don't get that in stonks anymore, friends. You get what you get this bastardization called the S&P 500, which is just way up only. Now, you can see, obviously, here was a tech crash, but that was because you went massively up only from internet, right? Then you had the GFC crash here, okay? And you even had the zombie virus. So every time there's jitters, they turn it on. And they started turning it on big time around here. They're like, okay, we got to turn it on. Then QE1, QE2, QE3, here was zombie virus, QE infinite. So you can see they're like, okay, we just got to turn it on. This is just a side effect of just what happens, friends. So you've heard that saying, right? A strong society is going to create weak people, right? And then you know how that loop goes. So eventually you just get to this point where we are now, right? Some people say late end of times. I mean, I don't really buy into that, but I'm just letting you know, right? It distorts prices. That's all we got to know. We don't really need to go into details. It distorts prices. How does it distort prices? It was exactly what I just mentioned up here, right? Because people now say, oh, I bought the dip and it went up. Therefore, my generation is smarter. That's what these stock market gurus and furus are saying, by the way. They're effectively saying, you people in the past, you're actually silly. I'm smart because, my companies I own are better, right? This is a very high horse approach, and let me tell you, the Grim Reaper will come for you one day in some way you don't understand. So we already know, right? In crypto, the Grim Reaper is going to come for them because crypto is getting all the monetary supply gains, right? So, our bags can pump 1,000%, 10x, and in stock market, they're going to get their 20%, right? And they don't understand all the inflation capture of the money supply has come to crypto, right? So these people are getting drained of wealth. That's why we call it the generational wealth transfer. We're literally transferring money from stonk boomers to crypto holders. Hooray for us, right? So the prices get distorted. Now, we're on the right side of the boat. Okay, the boat's capsizing and we're in our cute little dinghy and we're like here swimming around and it's okay, right? So the price get distorted. Bitcoin goes up, Ethereum goes up, total crypto market cap goes up. All of them go up, right? And ultimately, it's because we never wipe out the weak hands in stocks, right? We never wipe out all the weak hands in property, in stocks. We always leave a few sick people on the boat, right? So let's say you have to make a boat trip for 3 months and there were sick people on the boat. Now, imagine one person got a contagious virus and there's only like 3. Let's say there was one person, right? And you're like, damn, if I don't throw this person off the boat, instead of one sick person, I might have 50. And let's say you decide to save this weak person. You go, okay, let's just leave him on the boat. What if next week, instead of one sick person, now you've got 10? You're like, oh, crap. Like, I could have capsized one guy and everyone would have given me hate for it, but it's okay. But now I've got to capsize 10? So you can see we're running out of time, friends. This is exactly what's happening in the economy, by the way. We call them zombie companies. Companies who can't even survive. They shouldn't even be around, but money printing kept them alive for over 10 years. So many zombie companies have come up. So many. I made many tweets on this. I can show you more later on. But at the end of the day, friends, we are in the imaginary poop coin land called cryptocurrency, right? Where all the poop is flying and slinging, the wild, wild west. We go euphoric and then we want to squirt that water pistol in our head and say, I can't take it anymore. Stop going down, red candle. Stop. You know what? There's going to come a time where those stock market people, they're going to come see a little coin called Bitcoin and they're going to see the life it gives to Ethereum and dog coins and JPEGs and layer 1 chains and gaming and metaverse and payment networks and religious communities forming and DEXs. they're going to see all of that going to the moon. And just like the polar opposite of in 2022, when I was squirting that water pistol to my head saying, if you keep going down red candles, I'm just going to end it all right now, right? The polar opposite of that is going to be belief, optimism, thrill, and euphoria. FOMO. Those stock market people, they are going to be watching us on the sidelines and they're going to be saying, I can't take it anymore. These green candles are too big for my mouth to fit in. I have to join. And when they get that, friends, we will see the total crypto market cap go to my target of around here, 10 trillion. Remember, you keep your back straight, you keep your elbows pointy. You tell your mum that you love her, you give her a big kiss from me.